first thank governance now to organize such a very timely evening. Friends from Railways on the dais and my other colleagues, managing directors and delegates for today's conference. REL happens to be a public sector which is into the area of dairy, information technology and renewable energy. We have Mani Ratna PSU in the Department of Heavy Industry. This company was established in 1981 and the aim to establish the company was to develop and deploy those technologies which ultimately helps the rural economy. And our company introduced the electronic milk tester way before in 1982 in a village called Mehsana. And the instrument was supposed to do the milk analysis. जो मिल्क में आपको घी की मात्रा पता लगती है उसके लिए इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनाया गया था and it was under a collaboration with a Danish company. The challenge was the Danish instrument was costing 3 lakhs. REL worked with the Danish company with the requirement of the country and we reduced the price to 25,000 by making just a semi-automatic version of it. And I'm proud to say, since then, company has re-indigenized, redesigned and created 53 versions in and around the technology and today emerged as the largest milk analyzer manufacturer in the country. We have presence at almost 165,000 locations in the country. Whatever milk reaches to you, I have a strong belief that it is tested by the REL milk testing solutions. In this journey, we had a lot of support from a Danish company. But 3 years before, when all these things started and the rural markets were growing and India became largest milk producer, and there was huge requirement of high-end solutions in milk industry, there was a need of milk adulteration tester also, and we were working with them closely. But there was a dispute, again on the same issue. We said that whatever we are going to launch, it should be reasonably priced, and it should suit to the country's need. Though the instrument was partially meeting the need, but it was costing 3 lakhs, and which was unaffordable even in today's conditions when it comes to the milk industry in India. So they were not happy with our point of view. We have broken the relationship 3 years before. I talked to Siri, I talked to IIT, and we developed an instrument in 9 months' time, which was launched as electronic milk adulteration tester, which was launched at a price of 1/3 of the price which they said, and was most relevant to those adulterants which are prevalent in our country. The key to this success is only and only electronics and IT, which we have remained focused continuously for last 3.5 decades. Another area where REL serves is the renewable energy, where we made this diversification in 1986. We took technology from our sister PSU, Central Electronics Limited, and a year later, with the help of one US company, we launched the lamination technology in the solar photovoltaic module. So that was 86. And since then, REL has been working closely for the solar photovoltaic industry and emerged as the largest off-grid solution provider. So far, we have done 45 megawatt, mainly the off-grid solar solutions. In solar also, what we have seen that in last 30 years, REL has used technology to the larger extent for the benefit of our own processes and for the benefit of our own customers. When I took over charge as managing director in this company in 2011, The company's turnover was just 80-90 crore. And we could get a business of 300 crore. You can just think of that, how a company who is doing business of 80-90 crore can how get this much of business. But it so happened and government trusted us. It was a project of Government of India and Government of Rajasthan. So there was a big responsibility on company in terms of, it was the first project of its kind. The project was that we were to deploy 9,400 solar solutions at all Gram Panchayats, and the area to be covered was 3.5 lakh square kilometer. And the stake was, as I said, 300 crore worth of project. So what we did, we developed a web-enabled solution, RELsolar.com, where the rights were given from Sarpanch to the Chief Minister and even Secretary Government of India. So everybody could assess the execution level, the implementation level, and even the impact later on. So when we use this IT to do this project, the project took almost 2 years, but everything was transparent, traceable, and at any given point of time, things can be checked by all the stakeholders. So here again, the project was successfully completed. And what I would like to share, the kind of project which REL has done could not be done in any other state, probably just for one reason, that this project was given through a collaborative effort. However, other state governments are trying to do it through tendering business, and there the L1 fellow is not committing those kind of deliverables which REL has already done. And if they are committing those, then the cost is becoming very, very high. So my point is that if we use technology, if we do the governance in our own work, if we align our entire activity from across the stakeholders and including the beneficiary, then probably PSU can do a better work as compared to any other private organization. We all know that energy and energy efficiency are two major areas and major concern for entire industry, and of course a large scale opportunity is also existing. Because I come from renewable energy background, so I would definitely like to touch this subject. India is all set to do 100 gigawatt now. In this journey, many private players have also come up. PSUs are also working hard. But if we see last 2 years, only one PSU, if we take the megawatt power generation, NTPC has come up, a very, very dependable energy producer, even in the PV industry. And REL has said that we are a significant player in off-grid solar solution. But if we take DISCOMs, which are the state-run PSUs, they, in last 10-12 years, if we see, they have all become, they are becoming the stumbling block. And the major reason which I found is that they started buying Chinese energy meters some 12-13 years before because they were L1. And all Indian energy meter manufacturers, they all were vanished. And after 12 years, their commitment was that they'll replace the energy meter whenever it goes bad. And neither consumer wanted replacement of energy meter, nor the reader wanted the replacement of energy meter. So the health of DISCOMs are probably because that was an instrument which was ensuring their revenue, and we can see the fate of DISCOMs today. And today, entire energy meter market is now with Indian manufacturers. Though no PSUs there, REL was also one of the victims of those. But the result is that now the DISCOMs are the major victims. REL was a small victim. Our railway friends were talking a lot about their many areas of concern, areas of experience. REL also had 2 experience with the railways, and incidentally we had close interaction with Mr. Lohani while he was working with railways. And there also, when I was eyeing for the rooftop opportunities in railways and the solar photovoltaic rooftop on the railway coaches also. So we were just discussing how the project can be done without tender. And he tried his level best in railways, but nothing could happen in railways. We did first largest megawatt rooftop in railway sector at Katra railway station, and that was the result of the PM's announcement when he inaugurated that railway station, and he said that it is not the world's best because it is not the green platform, so you have to make it green first. And then there was a tendering process. Railway department supported RAL in terms of putting those requirements which are very, very relevant to that kind of creation. And I'm really happy to tell you that RAL was lowest and we were given the order and we completed the project in 3 months. And that 1 megawatt rooftop now has shown the railways a way, and they are going ahead now probably 2 to 3 gigawatt kind of opportunity in solar. Another thing which we did for railways was the solarizing of the railway coach for the non-AC trains. So that was also done first time in the history of railways. But working with the railways was a very good experience, because there when we used to talk to team of engineers, which used to have civil, mechanical, electrical, and even electronics and IT. So it was really a wonderful experience to work with the railways. Friends, you know that Energy Efficiency Solutions Limited, there is a PSU which are converting all kind of lighting solutions into LED solutions, and every day there is a move on saving of lights by introducing the LED lights, and probably country would be saving the lighting load to the tune of 20% as of whatever the current demands are. RAL happens to be project monitoring organization for Energy Efficiency Solution Limited. So there the entire responsibility is on RAL, and we are monitoring their projects so that they do not go wrong or whatever things are there, so RAL can take care of that. As we know that RAL's mandate is rural growth, rural economy, and the solutions for the rural areas. This setup of cooperative banks in the rural areas. RAL is into dairy, is into renewable energy, is into other kind of rural economy also. So we work for the cooperative, this core banking solutions for the cooperative banks. And we took first project to the state of Rajasthan. And I'm happy to tell you that we successfully did the core banking of entire cooperative bank in the state of Rajasthan. And now it's happening in other states also. Another area which we are moving into is the setting up of the electrical vehicle charging stations, where there was a talk that the charging connectors can't be manufactured in India, and RAL took responsibility that we will not only manufacture the chargers, but rather we will put up the charging stations also. If required, we will take technology help from any other country, but we will be rigid on our numbers and on the requirement of the country, because our country has a altogether different requirement when it comes even to the electrical mobility. Friends, security surveillance is a very big issue, and there also RAL is into this area, and we have this year only we have set security surveillance system in CBSE and Rajasthan board exams, and examiners and teachers, they were very happy when we set up the system. So friends, in RAL also, we, as I said, that since 1982, we started dealing with the digital, electronics, and then later on we migrated into information technology. RAL has a IT lab, which we use for our products, which we use for our solutions, which we use for any of the projects which RAL takes up for its clients. So we use extensively the IT services. The way forward which I see for PSU, though all those things are 5 C's and all, they are common to everybody, but to get business and to remain in business, the experience which I have in last so many years, that PSU should do the signature projects with their clients, and then they should start competing in the real market. So if they start doing the signature projects, probably they'll have a lead and they can lead the business as a leader and the significant player. Governance, yes, is very important. It would require IT. Without IT, governance cannot happen. And if we do governance, then we as the CEO of the organization will be very, very comfortable. Of course, although challenges are there, tendering is a big issue. With Mr. Rouhani, I met after I think 1.5 years, and I was talking to him that how tendering process can be changed, how the L1 should ensure all those things instead of just writing that we replace. So here he was saying that we'll sit jointly and we'll write another Bible on this. So with these words, I'm thankful again to Adhikari Brothers for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to interact with you. Thank you. Thank you.